Hi everyone, we've got week 23 for you. Some things that we have are your foundations guide, page 156, so you can have the information in front of you. If you want to get a waste paper basket and some wads of paper to remember that our brain is like a computer and we're filling it with data. Some puppets. We have some jazzy type props. We have some 90s type props. We have some voice sticks, our map, our timeline cards. So let's go ahead and get ready, and you give me your ears and listen to our first subject.
Week 23, Math. The distributive law states A times, open parenthesis, B plus C, close parenthesis, equals A times B plus A times C.
All right, we're going to get on a jacket. We got some broom handles that we're going to use for a cane.
Wait, I can't get it in.
You got it. There you go. All right, we're going to go. The distributive law, the distributive law, the distributive law states that A times open parentheses, B plus C close parentheses equals A times B plus A times C. That's the distributive law. The distributive law, the distributive law, the distributive law states that A times open parentheses, B plus C close parentheses equals A times B plus A times C. That's the distributive law. Let's see if we can speed it up a little bit. The distributive law, the distributive law, the distributive law states that A times open parentheses, B plus C close parentheses equals A times B plus A times C. That's the distributive law. The distributive law, the distributive law, the distributive law states that A times open parentheses, B plus C close parentheses equals A times B plus A times C. That's the distributive law. All right, we have math in our brains. The distributive law, the distributive law, the distributive law states. Good job. All right, ears, let's listen to the next one.
Latin. Ero eris erit, ermis eritis errant, first conjugation, future perfect tense.
All right, we're going to do first conjugation, future perfect tense. So if you remember, for our future tense, we had a gift, a present with a bow wrapped around it. It wasn't to open right now, it was to open in the future. Well, now is our chance. We open the gift and inside of it is a bow, like a bow and arrow. But we need a gift that's for the future that makes the bow perfect. And inside of this other future gift is an arrow that makes our bow perfect. So we can remember future perfect tense arrow. All right, so let's sing. Ero, eris, erit, erimis, eritis, errant. First conjugation, future perfect tense. Ero, eris, erit, erimis, eritis, errant. First conjugation, future perfect tense. Great, let's get that Latin in our brain. Latin. All right, and give me your ears. Let's hear what's next.
Science. How does heat flow? Heat flows by radiation, conduction, convection.
All right, we're gonna sing How does heat flow? This is how heat flows. This is how heat flows. This is how heat flows. Radiation, so we make an R and think of the sun radiating heat. Radiation, conduction. Make a duck bill and duck, conduction. Make a V with your duck bill, convection. This is how heat flows. How does heat flow? This is how heat flows. Radiation, conduction, convection. How heat flows. How does heat flow? This is how heat flows. Radiation, conduction, convection. How heat flows. How does heat flow? This is how heat flows. Radiation, conduction, convection. How heat flows.
Did I do great?
That's our science.
Hey,
Let's
did
get
I
it
do
in our
great?
brain. You
Good.
did great, girl. How heat flows.
Ooh.
Get it in there. And give me your ears.
English. An adjective. An adjective modifies a noun or pronoun by describing, qualifying, or limiting, and answers the questions, what kind, how many, which, whose. Time.
All right, so we're going to sing this and then we're going to do some voices. So the song goes, an adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun by describing, qualifying, or limiting, and answers the questions. What kind, how many, which, whose. And then we are going to draw some sticks about what voice we're going to do. So first, we're going to do a mouse voice.
Sorry, I kissed you and it got on your cheek.
Robot.
Adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun by describing, qualifying, or limiting, and answers the questions. What kind, how many, which, whose.
Macho pirate.
Adjective modifies a noun or pronoun by describing, qualifying, or limiting, and answers the questions. What kind, how many, which, whose.
All right, great job on English. Let's get English in our brains.
Let's get some English in our brains.
Here you go, Evie. And let's listen for what's next.
Timeline. Age of Information and Globalization. Watergate. President Nixon resigns. Fall of communism in Eastern Europe. European Union formed. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. September 11th, 2001. Rising tide of freedom.
Mom, I didn't mean to buy.
All right, so we have Age of Information and Globalization. Age of Information and Globalization. Watergate, President Nixon resigns. Watergate, President Nixon resigns. Fall of the fall of communism in Eastern Europe. Fall of communism in Eastern Europe. European Union formed. European Union formed. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. September 11th, 2001. September 11th, 2001. Rising tide of freedom. Rising tide of freedom. All right, now let's sing it. Age of information and globalization. Watergate, President Nixon resigns. Fall of communism in Eastern Europe. European Union formed. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. September 11th, 2001. Rising tide of freedom. Rising tide of freedom. Great job. All right, let's get T for timeline in our brains. That was the end of our timeline. Timeline, I'm part of my timeline. Good job.
Hey, Mama.
Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the next. I know, honey, it's okay.
History. Tell me about the Gulf War. In 1990, President George H.W. Bush sent troops to the Persian Gulf to expel Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein from Kuwait during the Gulf War.
Get your guitars out.
I thought you said that we were gonna.
Thank you.
In 1990, President George H.W. Bush sent troops to the Persian Gulf to expel Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein from Kuwait during the Gulf War. In 1990, President George H.W. Bush sent troops to the Persian Gulf to expel Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein from Kuwait during the Gulf War.
All right, excellent
Let's
job. Let's get
Let's
history in our brain. You got math in your brain, I hear it. Okay, and one more listen.
Geography. Central Asia. Kazakhstan. Uzbekistan. Turkmenistan. Tajikistan. Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, we're gonna do Central Asia right down here. And we're gonna sing, "Oh, Central Asia, from the Ural Mountains, they lead you to Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan, and Turkmenistan, and Tajikistan. Oh, Central Asia, find the Ural Mountains, they lead you to Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and Tajikistan. Oh, Central Asia, find the Ural Mountains, they lead you to Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and Tajikistan. Take your maps at home and outline and cover them in chocolate chips, and then eat your chocolate chips and locate the spots on your geography. Thanks so much for doing New Grammar with us, week 23.
Week 23. New grammar.